Welcome, everybody. We're back with another Green Talks with Darren at Passages International. Darren, you've got a lot of cool things going on. We're in the midst of ICCFA this week. So the profession is gathered again in Las Vegas. You guys are present there as well. So give me, first give a quick introduction to who you are in case there's one or two people out there that don't know, and then give me an update on what's new with Passages.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for having me on. My name is Darren Crouch. I'm the president and the founder of Passages International. We started the company in 1999, and we specialize in eco-friendly, biodegradable options for the funeral industry. And we're super excited for ICCFA. We haven't really been to a trade show in a couple of years. This will be our first that we're exhibiting at. So I'd invite anyone watching this who's going to be at ICCFA to swing by and meet a couple of people on my team. We have some new products we're showing. We have a compostable urn that we're launching at ICCFA. We also have a repurposed, upcycled urn, which is really, really cool and contemporary. And it's really cool. It has this beeswax finish. We don't put a lacquer or a polish. It's actually beeswax used to finish the urn. So lots of cool stuff we're doing. We're continuing to work with funeral homes to replace cardboard boxes for cremation. And so, I think we've talked about it before. We have a local funeral home here in Albuquerque, and we're working with funeral homes in the Northeast to replace their cardboard cremation containers with bamboo cremation containers that burn clean, low carbon footprint, certified fair trade, lots of bells and whistles, and it enables funeral homes to charge a higher price for their cremation containers, and funeral homes are doing a good job of greening the cremation process because there's far fewer emissions, but also increasing their revenues. So we got a lot of stuff going on, and anyone that follows us on social media is probably seeing a lot more activity on all of our platforms, whether it's Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I mean, we got Elizabeth Davis, our marketing director, going crazy. So super excited about that.
That's awesome. And it's so valuable for you to be out there. I mean, every time I talk with you, it seems like this green conversation is moving more and more to the forefront in the profession. It's there with the consumer. What are you seeing in funeral homes finally coming alongside at scale and partnering with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I would say the tipping point for biodegradable urns is probably 10 years ago, but I think we're about to reach the tipping point for green caskets and greener cremation options. And when I say the tipping point, what I mean by that is funeral homes are starting to realize that this is a viable product that they should be carrying and consumers expect. And as I said, 10 years ago, that happened with biodegradable urns. And I think now it's starting to happen with caskets. And I think it's a great thing for consumers. I think it's a great thing for the environment, and it's a great thing for businesses that want to stay on the cutting edge and really remain relevant in a very fluid, changing environment. So I'm super excited.
Well, I love the word you use there, relevant. Funeral homes have to do everything they possibly can to stay relevant because the consumers move so fast, and funeral homes still dragging their feet. I look at, we were talking about off camera, the green conversation is really a marketing advantage for a funeral home. They can start a conversation, be the thought leader around it. And it's really time for firms to stop being reactive and start being proactive. And to that point, you've got a brand new warehouse that you guys just opened, which is amazing. So tell me a little bit about that.
Right. Well, before I get into that, I want to piggyback one more thing. When you talk about being market leaders, I think the other thing that's really important for funeral directors to think about is the consumers that want green are probably buying the least expensive service and the least expensive product in your firm at the moment. So it's not really a threat. It's purely an opportunity to increase revenues and provide better service. But to speak to, the warehouse, we're so excited. We leased the warehouse late last year. In September of last year, we staffed it. And then, another conversation we had off camera was we started waiting for our stuff to arrive. To give you some examples, we had a container that was supposed to arrive in New Jersey with caskets at the end of October. It showed up like Christmas. So it's certainly a challenge, but we now have a very full warehouse in New Jersey. We're offering free delivery within 3 days and within 50 miles of our New Jersey warehouse, which is really close to New Brunswick. So it's about 20
Okay.
miles south of New York City. So yeah, we have some customers in the area, and we're really excited to be able to deliver quickly and affordably to them. And then anybody else on the East Coast, instead of having a casket deliver from New Mexico, is going to deliver from the East Coast. So we're looking at, a much quicker turnaround. We're looking at 2-3 days, 4 or 5 max, versus if it's shipped from New Mexico, we're looking at 7 to 10 days. The other thing that's huge is the pricing. I mean, we're able to cut a lot of costs or save a lot of money on casket shipping because it's becoming much more expensive with fuel prices and supply chain issues. And it's just becoming less reliable. I mean, I think some of these companies like UPS and FedEx and some of the freight companies are so busy that, sometimes they don't want to pick up,
Yeah, no, you're
It's
exactly
like
right.
out of control.
Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome. I love that you historically you've always invested back into scaling the business and scaling the service that you provide to funeral homes, um, investing in new products. And I mean, you've been on the cutting edge and really setting the bar for what should be expected with green product and the conversation and the profession. So I applaud that greatly. I mean, you're blazing a trail, definitely the leader there, and it's awesome to be able to connect with you like this consistently, get a pulse on the conversation that's happening. I look forward to coming over to your booth at ICCFA, saying hi to you. It's typically when we see each other is passing at some conference, like most everybody else in this profession. So it's a
All right.
family reunion of sorts, and I'll look
All
forward
right.
to seeing you this week at the show.
That's awesome. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you and inviting anyone who's in Vegas to come by our booth.
Awesome. All right, Darren, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.